Just pick a fork and ride with it. Why you gotta be so picky? Just pick one. This is like the flooring in my kitchen, but it's on the wall. It's not supposed to be on the wall. So in the last bike roast, I mentioned something about Mason Gideon, you know, another YouTube buddy of mine. He said, I think you should do a BMX part roast. And I was like, huh, okay, that's interesting. And I asked you guys in the last bike roast if you thought that would be a good idea, and the overwhelming response was yes, do a part roast. So I've only looked at a couple of these, and Mason basically sent me, I think, 8 pictures of parts that he thinks need roasted. So I don't really know anything about these parts. I know there was a pair of grips and bars that I thought were just awful. So we'll see what he's got in store for us, and yeah. Fuck! Shit! Fuck!
I don't know why it's...
Shit, that's really on there. Yeah, so I don't really know how you roast parts. And sometimes I pre-write some jokes, sometimes I don't. And this is going to be one of those times where I wanted to get my genuine reaction and either roast it, have a discussion, or maybe even like it. You never know. Me and Mason are 2 different writers. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm and make me a deal. If I make you laugh at least 1 time, you hit the subscribe button. And 2 times, maybe even consider picking up some merch. You know, these pretty cool shorts. I don't know how to show you these without showing you my moose knuckle, but anyway, let's get into it. Shh. Jesus Christ, she's so loud. She weighs so... Fuck! Alright, so the first one that we have sent is, I've actually used these. I owned these, the worn-in grips. I don't know if you guys remember on the, before I, you know, spray painted my goddamn frame, I had the yellow matching Gary Young worn-in grips from Sunday. And you might be wondering, how are you going to roast these Sunday grips? Well, they were actually terrible. By far the worst grips I've ever had. They're basically, if you know, the Brock Rayford or ODIs or the Travis Hughes grips, then they're fat, fluffy grips. Well, you take all the fat, you take all the fluff you have right before you need to get new grips. That's the worn-in grips. So you're basically starting a month in on grips. The theory is it's supposed to mold to your hand better. It's supposed to feel like just the perfect stage of being worn in. They're rock solid. They sweat super bad because they're not thick at all. They're terrible grips. And the yellow did match my frame, but I didn't even like how they looked. They just look weird on your bike. They feel terrible. They're rock solid, and I do not recommend them. I even made a video talking about how absolute dank, nasty butthole these grips are. They're so fucking gross. Don't pick up the Gary Young worn-in grips. I love Gary Young, and I love Sunday. You guys know that. But Jesus Christ, they really screwed the pooch on that one. And the caption to this is, what's better than a grip that already feels in? Okay, I see where you're going, but this grip, what feels better than this grip? Literally anything. I'd rather take a cactus, bar blast up the middle of it, and hold on to cactus. It's not nice. All right, so the next one is, looks like Animal Bikes 4-piece bars. Looking for 4-piece bars with a little less rise? 4 AM bars are perfect for you. 8.25 rise. Oh my god, back problems. 4-piece bars already look autistic in the first place. This is basically if a short bus hit the mongoloid head-on collision. This is these are pretty bad. 4-piece bars, like I said, are ugly. Okay, they just made it worse. They made it a little bit more sportier, and they made it super low. So not only are you gonna look super gay when you're riding 4-piece bars, but now you're gonna be riding them with the 8.25-inch bars. Instead of going like this, you're gonna be riding like that. You're gonna be riding around the park like this with your bent wrist and crank flips, pull-up bars, you fucking faggot. So hot in here, I'm starting to sweat. I saw that for a second and I was like, how am I gonna roast a pair of bars? Well, I think I just did. I don't know how they sell. Who is their target market? Who's their demographic? Who do they sell these to? Stay away from me if you're interested. If you look at these and you're like, these are dope, stay away. Stay away from me. Next, looks like we've got some Merit grips. Charlie Crumlish signature grips. Soft kratom rubber with flangeless design. That's a long and thin. 160 millimeters long. Includes bar end. Okay, these grips, they kind of remind me of the Jake Seeley ones. And the Jake Seeley ones, they're all right. These grips are just ugly. These are ugly ass grips, okay? These are horrific looking. Half of the grip looks like it would just be stupid slick. And, oh, okay, this makes no fucking sense. So you see on the edge where the bar end is, So it looks like the soft normal side. That'd be where your hand doesn't even, you're holding on to the hard slick stuff. I mean, okay, I know who Charlie Crumlish is, so it, you know, kind of potato, kind of makes sense that these are his grips and they're not quite right in the head. But oh my God, dude. I mean, they fit him, all right, let's be real. Nothing against Charlie Crumlish, they fit him. But your grips, doc, these are ugly. I'm sure they feel like shit. I mean, maybe they feel all right. Maybe they're, what did I say? They're long and thin. I just can't imagine thin grips that's just basically straight rubber with fancy little squares cut out of them, cool arts and craft bullshit. I can't imagine these are any good at all. I mean, hey, they might fit on Charlie's bike, but they're not even getting it. I'm gonna have to get a restraining order to keep these fuckers away from my bike. All right, moving on. Looks like we got more bars. Are these the same thing? No, the last one were animal. Just got a few more pairs of slaughter bars in stock, okay? I mean, yeah. They look ugly as hell. Mason, why'd you send me 2 of the same bars? They're different brands, okay, but they look the same. I don't really have anything else to say on these that I didn't say on the other ones. Just gonna move on. Oh, dick. Okay, alright, here's the thing. One time, I had to poop in a bucket. Links in the description. Go check out my podcast where I talk about the story where I had to poop in a bucket. Basically, what I did is I was having stomach problems. The doctor gave me one of these little pans you hook around the toilet, you shit in it. And so I had a messed up stomach, obviously. I was having digestion problems, had a couple White Claws, had a pretty burly dinner, I had the stomach bubbles. I just wreaked fucking havoc on that little white bowl in my toilet. It was coming. I thought it was gonna pile up, hit the bottom of my cheeks. I thought I was gonna have to jump in the shower. I thought it was gonna be a bad deal. But moral of the story, when I stood up and I turned around and I picked up that bucket, that's the color. They got it, dude. They must have snuck in my room. When I put it in the fridge that night, they must have snuck into my house. They must have opened up that mini fridge, opened up my poop bucket, took a whiff to even think that you're high as hell to think this thing looks good. And then they're like, yes, color sample that. We want Greyson's dank, gluten messed up butthole. We need that color on our lineup. And you hit it pretty spot on. Except, the stem's also very ugly. Just... This is rough. This is really rough. I can just imagine the boneheads at Madeira, the just absolute simpletons who are designing this. They first of all, they let someone draw this thing up. They let someone pick the color. They did the mock-up on the computer. Forget all that. Let's say it comes off the assembly line. They're all in their little boardroom, probably smoking cigarettes and pounding Bush lattes, looking at this thing, and they're like, wow. What? That's beautiful. That's good. We need to sell this, let alone post it on social media. This thing is this is definitely one of the worst parts I've seen. And if you like this part, you know, God bless you. If this is your thing, I mean, go get a brain scan. But as long as you're not hurting nobody, you're good. But stay away from me. All right, next looks like we've got some Primo pedals. I used to have Primo pedals. They look kind of like this. Turbo pedals. Here's a bit of the backstory. No, I don't give a shit. Okay, Mason, these pedals look great. These look like the Cinema Chad Curlies that I have on my bike now. They look identical. I don't really know what the problem is with these pedals. Let me know in the comments below if I'm just missing something. I don't understand what the problem is. What you got against Primo pedals, Mason? Well, they don't fit up your little tight butthole, faggot? Other than that, I don't know what he has against these. Looks like we got a sprocket inspired by the flower of life. How gay. Signature Maya sprocket is dialed, looks good, and holds up. Well, first of all, it should look good. Second of all, it should hold up. That goes without saying. Okay, I don't like the colors on this thing. I kind of like the gold print, but if it was a black sprocket with the gold print, that'd be pretty cool. Black sprocket with maybe some polished silver print, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, they just kind of, they jumped the gun on this. It looks like, it just looks unfinished. You know, it doesn't quite look good. I think Mason's probably dicking on the design here a little bit. Personally, I like it. It's a lot going on, and the name of it, the flower of life. What's the flower of... Hey Siri, search the internet for what's the flower of life. All right, we're gonna do a little stonk search here. Short intermission, we're gonna do some research on the flower of life. Maybe it'll open my mind up, dude. Maybe I don't smoke enough fat doobs for you guys, but I don't understand the, let's see. One Tribe Apparel. Okay, so maybe they ripped it off from somebody else. Hey Siri, search the internet for what is the flower of life. Flower of life, Wikipedia, all right. Flower of life, a name in New Age literature for a geometric pattern consisting of overlapping circles. So basically, it just means a shit ton of circles. I thought there were gonna be a little deeper message to this. It's just a shit ton of circles. And let's go back to it. Boom, shit ton of circles. I don't understand. Anyway, moving on. Next one, I actually did hear about these. Mason was explaining this to me. The new Voltus 80J forks. Okay, so basically what this fork is those little inserts you see right there, it's a fork, right? You plug one of those 3 inserts in, and it changes the offset on your fork. Now, I'm torn between waste of time, waste of money, maybe a weak point in the fork, or they might be onto something. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Help me decide. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is just stupid waste of time and no one's ever going to use this? Because personally for me, I like my Odyssey R25s. I like the Odyssey R13s. I would be happy with either one. I used to have R32s. Never in my fucking life have I done I rode a fork and I was like, man, I would really, right now, at this specific moment, want to take off my wheel, take a little piece out that I'm just going to lose, plug another piece in, and have a 5 millimeter, if that, difference in my offset in the forks. Never have I done that. I just don't care to, you know? If I'm riding R25s, it's like, what the fuck is the difference? 32s to 15s, okay, you might notice a little bit difference, but just pick a fork and ride with it. Why you gotta be so picky? Just pick one. Jesus Christ. But at the same time, personally, I think it's maybe a cool idea. Mason says that this might be a weak point in the fork because it's just more moving parts, more bullshit, stuff to lose, more nonsense, I guess. But, I mean, I just don't know what kind of rider. Maybe if you're going from, like, riding vert to riding street, but, like, you don't even really use the same bike for that. So I just don't understand what situation you would use it. Let me know in the comments below just a reasonable situation. My light's not even on me, god damn it. A reasonable situation where this would make just would make sense. I don't know. I'm torn. Genius, stupidity, waste of time. I'm somewhere in between. I don't know. Personally, I would never buy these. Unless you enlighten me in the comments below, which you should do. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a little bit different. This was honestly more of a discussion on parts. Let me know in the comments below if you really think I should make a part 2. This might be just a one-time thing, just a fun little. That thing's still off my wall. But if you want to see a part 2, I just don't. He gave me all those parts. So if you want to see a part 2, DM me some stupid parts and hey, maybe. Wait a minute, hold on. There was more than that. Alright, psych, we're not done yet. Oh, moving on, we got the Brandon Began grips. Oh shit. Okay, how could I forget this? Dear God. Okay, so everybody knows Brandon Began is notorious for tossing bars like an idiot, catching catching all like that. Okay. Here's the deal. Let me clear the air right now. I've been making fun of Began for probably a year now. I've explained this before. I have nothing against Began. He's very talented. He has his own unique style, and he's just different. That's why he's an easy target. As you guys know, this channel is basically a fucking joke constantly. The sarcasm is unreal. And I just want to say that before I just totally blast on Brandon Began. The dude's very talented, okay? It's just simple jokes. Because there are some idiots out there who don't get that. But hey, that's fine. It makes it a little bit more fun, right? Anyway, these grips, dude, okay, they're like the ODI long necks, but worse, because Brandon Began's name, it's like they use recycled trash parts, but they didn't clean it off. They just threw it on there. Honestly, it looks like the bar's been up his fucking ass. I don't know, man. Some people have those long necks. Thug did, and I made fun of him for it because it just looks terrible. It makes your like look shitty, and it makes you look like a shitty, inconsistent rider. If your grips have to be all the way in the bars, why do you need that? Why can't you just toss a bar spin like a normal human being and catch it clean? Point A, point B. If you can't do that, keep practicing. There's nothing wrong with catching like Began, as long as you keep practicing. And if you do this is just reinforcing bad behavior. If you're gonna start with your hands all the way in the bend, toss and catch with them in the bend, unless you get rid of these grips, you're never gonna get out of that. If you're buying this because you catch inside, or you throw inside, or any weird shit like that, don't buy it. That'll just, it's like, I don't know, let's say you have a 5-year-old kid and he started snorting fucking cocaine at the age of 6. That didn't make any sense. Let's say you got a 6-year-old kid who starts snorting, god damn it, snorting coke, and it's like, oh, here, we don't want you to go through withdrawals, so here's some more coke, baby. Eat the coke, baby. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's a bad idea. But hey, apparently there's a market for it. Like I always say, if you don't have all the cult gear, do you even pull up bar? Do you even crank flip? Queer. Okay. Fast and loose. Your mom must have been pretty loose because you clearly just fell straight out of her onto the hospital floor and just got your head fucked because unless you're just shredding outdoor park bowls 24/7, this is just, what is this, a drag tire? What are you driving, a Dodge Demon? Jesus Christ. If you buy these, you're basically driving a Hellcat, and you might as well just go get some jean shorts, a tap-out shirt, and start packing in dicks, boy. I tell you. This is rough. This is rough. I just can't imagine who would buy this, I mean, some people, obviously, bowl shredders or whatever, but like, dear God, come on. Like, you're gonna hurt people. Okay, alright, so there's this guy, I guess his name's Booty Groceries. I believe this is his bar. This kid cracks me the fuck up. This kid is unreal. You think Brandon Beacon's bad? The reason I haven't made fun of this guy is because it's that intense. His whole shtick is that intense. I don't know if there's something wrong in his head or what the deal is, dog, but like, I've just kind of stayed away because I feel like he's the kind of guy where I'd say something about him and I'd wake up to a weird draft in the middle of my night and he lifted up the bottom of my comforter and he's just sucking on my big toe, you know, panting and looking at me in the eyes. Some weird shit like that. That's why I just stay away from this guy. But these bars, look how wide they are. You take the ugliest bar in BMX and you just, you know, boop, extra chromosome, fucking retard. I mean, come on now. That's pretty ridiculous. Come on, stranger. I mean, I'd just rather you bring back LZ. Another stranger one. Well, I mean, what's wrong with the frame? Besides that it looks like the color of poop, but not my poop, because my poop's green. Mine looks like that Madeira stem. This looks maybe, what color is your poop? Light brown or like brown? Like a brown? So is it like purple or like orange? Like orange is like brown.
No, let's just say like dark brown.
Ooh, okay, yeah, okay. So she has the same color shits as this frame. I mean, and she basically eats dirt. So I mean, that can't be healthy. Anyway, guys, that was the part roast. Let me know if you want a part 2. If not, I mean, that's totally fine. This may have been just a one-time thing, because I can't imagine anybody's gonna top these parts, because they're pretty bad. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button if I made you laugh. Anyway, peace.